there.
Keeping to just last,
the week that was,
the All-Star game in the NBA, the All-Star weekend,
it was,
I guess. Because my guy Maxey had some funny moments in the first Friday night game, and then
I had to work Friday, so I actually missed that. But I did catch the highlights. That dude's a superstar in the making.
Oh, I love Maxey. Listen, he's my guy. And I was arguing with Sixers fans for a year and a half, and apparently I won the argument. Everyone was like, oh, and I'm like, listen, just give him a minute to grow. He's not scoring a 30 as a rookie because he's not capable of doing this. Like, he's going to figure it out. And as much as I'm not the biggest Doc Rivers fan in the playoffs, Doc Rivers is a great developer of talent, and there's no question about that. Maxey is a very great example of it. Matisse and so on and so on.
I was able to catch Saturday night.
Yeah, I was about to say that. We move on to the actual All-Star weekend.
Yeah, that was actually it's my favorite. It's just
okay.
I love how TNT does it.
It's a nostalgic kind of thing.
Definitely.
It's almost like the home run derby. I still watch the home run derby and as in the NHL skills competition. I still watch all of that. Like I was when I was a kid.
Yeah, sure.
And it's really, to me, you have to understand what you're going to watch. I feel like a lot of people, I didn't iterate this well enough when I asked you about if you liked All-Star games or not. I love All-Star games because I don't look at them as some kind of I know what I'm getting, I guess.
Yeah.
I understand what I'm going to watch, and I just like watching all of that talent, no matter how hard you're trying or not. I love seeing all that talent together in one area, because I know they're all ballers, and I knew if we did flip that switch and turn this on, which we'll talk about. It gets fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the Saturday night stuff, I thought that the new skills thing was interesting.
Yeah, they always they change that up too much.
I like the.
I still love the old one.
I was just gonna say the actual running and all that. What they did at the end, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do too. That's my favorite.
I last minute 3-point contest. I was devastated that Steph wasn't in it. Clearly, he would have won. But I threw some last minute money on Patty Mills. It was just he was like the second highest favorite.
Okay.
I was just like, he'll make some fall. But Karl Anthony Towns, when I started watching,
my boy texted me. He put money on Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He texted me literally right before it started. We were having a conversation.
That's
about it.
awesome.
He's like, I'm doing cat, and I'm like,
dude, he can shoot the rock, man.
Yeah,
but it's almost like he just puts it in. It's weird.
So, did you see the video of the NBA? I saw it on Twitter, but I'm sure it was all over all their social medias. Of Steph talking to him. Steph was asking Steph about when do you look down when you pick it up. Yeah. Steph was giving him a whole tutorial, and if I saw that before, I saw it the day after. If I would have seen that before, I probably would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna take him.
Yeah, see, that's
because I knew he could shoot.
That's
but
why boots on the ground.
I always get but I always get nervous about the 3-point competition because other than Steph, everybody's seen Steph and Larry Bird. Other than Steph and Larry Bird, everybody does seem to struggle with their shot. At some point, most of them find it.
Well, because it's not natural.
You're catching the ball and shooting.
It's not natural.
Or you're dribbling and shooting.
Yep.
You're literally picking the ball up off a rack and shooting.
But I mean, he was just unconscious. He was just.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and he had that rhythm. And once he found that rhythm, it was. I mean, I agree. He was unconscious. And he was fun, man. He's what, 6'10" or something like that. He's the tallest guy to ever win it. But
he's definitely a big man.
Shout out to Dan Levitard. He said we're not used to people who look like him. And I think that's the best way to put it. We are not used to people that look like him.
That's the new NBA, man.
And also,
that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Levitard says all the time, I don't understand what I'm watching with this because that guy shouldn't have won the 3-point competition.
He shouldn't even have the courage to step out there.
Larry Bird is mad that somebody way taller than him.
He's pissed at the little guy.
He's like, what is going on right now?
What you guys let happen? The dunk contest was just a snooze. So when a dude comes out and puts Tim's on, I forget who I was listening to, but they said nothing special when he comes out and puts Tim's on. I mean, you can't, you're not getting lift. Come on,
Anthony. Yeah, but I mean,
if it's not Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, I don't want to watch it.
Listen, I don't mind the dunk contest, but this was the worst one. I think I could think because somebody won by default. This wasn't I didn't feel like we had a winner of the dunk contest.
Sure, yeah.
My guy won because nobody else won. Yeah. And he was just the last one still dunking the basketball. I don't know what they can do to make it special, but I do wish there was something.
They need to just take it back to.
No, you know what? I know. Everybody knows what they can do to make it special. Put the right people in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I think about it, like nothing. And listen, Obi Toppin is more athletic than I will ever even be. But like, come on.
I mean, I love Bron, but Bron, this is because of you, man. We couldn't just get one.
You're not wrong. If Bron would have did
Bron would have shut it down.
If Bron would have did, and here's the thing, and I'm not saying John Morant won't ever do it, but like if Bron would have did it, John Morant would have had to do it this year, right?
Exactly.
No, I'm saying not saying Bron do it this year. Bron would have did it back in the day. John, like players would have would they be quicker to accept that? I guess. Yeah.
The game, on the other hand.
Whoa.
The game.
Fun.
I think they're onto something.
Fun.
Very fun.
You reminded me that they changed the format.
Yeah, no, and it's been great games ever since. So I think they figured it out.
Yeah.
Steph, I was just. I mean, I wasn't surprised, but like I was surprised he had 16 threes.
That's 16.
He couldn't miss, and like my favorite Steph. It's probably a lot of people's favorite Steph, but my favorite Steph is when he just shoots it and turns around before it's even in. I mean, that is just the most. That is the most high level, like, shit I've ever seen in my life.
Shout out to another great sports podcaster, Chris Long. He tweeted out a photo of Steph, and it was Steph like looking for the audience, just looking, and the ball is still 5 feet in the air, and everybody in the audience is looking at the ball, and everybody looking to rebound the ball is still looking at the ball, and Steph's literally just like orchestrating the opera, it's just, and
he's unbelievable.
And he said like this photo is not realistic, I was like, nah, that's true. Like,
you're not supposed to be that good at shooting the ball.
Yeah, back to I don't understand what we're watching. Like I don't understand, like that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But. Steph was only 3 or 4 points away from Anthony Davis's record for most points in the All-Star game. Steph earned that MVP.
Yeah,
we talked about that cool trophy. Steph earned that trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, what an honor to, Vanessa was in the house. Kobe's family was in the house.
Top 75. He was one of the top 75 players.
R.I.P. Bean. Yeah, that's awesome stuff.
Steph being one of the top 75 players and like getting in that game is special too.
That's
there's only a couple of them playing.
Exactly. Yeah, there was only a handful with.
Right. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Steph. I love the fact that on Saturday. Now I watched everything on Saturday, but I actually disappeared for a couple minutes, and it was when Steph and his wife did their thing. So I didn't physically watch it, but I saw all the reaction, and my buddy was texting me.
That's literally what I was gonna say. Is
I love the booze on Saturday,
and then he did it on Sunday.
The booze a little bit on Sunday, but then the love. I mean, listen. By the end of that game, everybody was on their feet cheering, loving.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, because you want to see greatness.
Well, as I said in the beginning, it's like about All-Star games. It's the best talent all gathered, and he just showed up all the best talent in the world, which was Steph. Steph has been somebody that has been hated on for a long time as like he's not part of the cream of the crop, and every single milestone along the way he just knocks it over. And he's just like, yes, I am, and like that's just another example of like we're with the best talent, but I'm still the top tier talent of the best talent. You know what I mean?
They booed him and his wife, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it very well could.
I mean, it might have.
And it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Him and Cleveland got beef.
Yeah, well, he does. I was just gonna say that he ripped their hearts out many a times on purpose,
and they got him. They got him.
Oh, yeah, they definitely got him, and he knows that.
You won 72 games and then lost to Cleveland, so.
But I do love that he went in there with the smile on his face. He loved the boost, he accepted them, and then he still went out there, and even if it was out of vengeance, he balled.
He's a pros pro.
Yeah, and I loved it. But, I mean, not to take away from the MVP, but I got two more guys to talk about. My two guys.
Yeah.
Listen, LeBron hitting the game winner in Cleveland.
Unbelievable.
75th,
celebration.
Another part of it.
All-Star game.
Right,
he drafted the team, 5 straight wins.
He takes that serious, and that's the other part of it. Since they got him involved to do it, he makes sure his guys go for it, which I love that.
I mean, when they passed him the ball, I was just like, he's gonna make the shot. Like, not that like I'm confident because he always makes the game-winning shot, but it was
that moment.
Yeah, it was that moment. It was
LeBron got those moments.
Cleveland.
Yep.
Steph just did what Steph did.
Yep. He couldn't end it another way.
Let's go home, man.
He couldn't end it another way. He had to be the guy to walk it off.
Fantastic.
Especially LeBron was on a super, and as much as I love LeBron, sometimes it was super lovey, feel good, over the top, bubbly. From Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, it was like
it was little.
But it's LeBron, and everything he does, when he loves it, he loves it
He
hard
loves
too.
it hard,
He loves it just like A-Rod. Like if he loves it, he loves it.
Sure.
And so like Cleveland, he ain't gonna talk about it enough in his mind. So but it was just like I agree with you. When he got that ball, it was just like it's that moment.
Yeah.
It's he did the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I always. I think I've brought this up on the show before. I always tend to bet the over in the.
Yes, you did.
And
you said
in the NBA All-Star
just
game.
last week. Do it.
So do it when it was 218, 217. It jumped to 223 right before the game, and the final score was 160 to 163. So it didn't hit. The final one didn't hit, but
I got you.
If you got it earlier in the week, then you got it.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
I thought that was funny. A couple of the guys that I follow on Twitter were like, "Oh, if it goes above 223, I'm sorry, I might have said 123, 223." He said, "Don't touch it if it goes over 223, 223 and a half." So I thought that was interesting. Some of those guys got it really dialed in. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was amazed by that.
Yeah, even in an All-Star game.
Yeah, backtrack. We skipped your man.
Well, I was just about to talk about him.
Yeah.
So Joel, 36, carried his team on his side.
Always does.
Yeah, always. But even in the All-Star games, he was literally just putting up buckets. Fun to watch.
He's unstoppable.
Your favorite moment of him? You brought it up earlier. The windmill.
The big man windmill.
Yeah.
My man just said he decided it wasn't from the foul line. It might have just been
it was close, but
yeah. But my man is 7'2" windmill.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty. And a lot of those guys are they're trying to hit those big dunks and rim Jim.
Right.
Joel threw it down.
Yes.
Smooth.
Yes.
He's a real athlete.
That's my guy right there. Yeah. And I love it.
I thought that was it was fun to watch Steph, but the highlight clip,
yes.
I thought that was
play.
Watching that.
That sums an All-Star game up, yeah.
Yeah, that 7-2, individual just soared through the air like that.
Maybe he should do the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Okay.
He get a 50.
The NBA 75th celebration. So, shout out to my guy Iverson, Kobe.
Oh, yeah,
we go the whole list. Really, the one thing I want to talk about is everyone's talking about Jordan and all the love he was showing. And the thing I love the most is that him and the LeBron,
we finally got that picture.
Because, you and I have always, we love them both. So, we've known. But, the fact that they told each other that
LeBron's our guy.
Right.
And then,
Jordan's
the generation before.
And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't care who you put 1 and 2 as long as you put them 1 and 2. But I don't care about the stupid debate in general at all. So the fact, just seeing them embrace each other and
the debate is kind of sour for me because of Kobe. I try to put it to rest.
That's fine with me.
I don't even want to talk about who's the best
listen
anymore because look what we did. We wasted all these years talking about who's better than who, and we lost one of them.
You're not wrong about that. What I always hated is, and this is why I think part of why I always wanted to do a podcast and stuff. I hated the fact that there was a war waged before. Listen, LeBron's career still isn't over, and I'm talking about this war was waged in 2008, 2009, but before
it was
too.
Waged when he went on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
But I'm saying right. But I mean the he'll never be better. And then it was when it got serious and he was starting to climb the mountain. It was no, you need to make your decision now. And I'm just sitting there
no. Why?
If we have another 5 years, which we had another 15 years after I'm having that conversation, this is I thought it was the dumbest conversation
I
then.
agree 100%.
And even now that we're actually at the end and he has a real chance to make a real argument, and both sides do. I still think it's dumb. So
and there's some people on there that James Harden's on there. There's some names that I'm baffled by.
I really wish Tony Parker was on there.
That's insane.
If you took James Harden or Dame Lillard or you name some other name from an era that I wasn't sitting down watching all the time, I'm not going to argue with you about it.
That's just sad.
But Tony Parker should have been on that list. I just feel like
Tony Parker was my arch nemesis for years because not for any other reason that he was just that damn good.
He was
just so good.
You know what? So when I was a kid, I hated athletes stuff. But as I was getting older, I really do my best to not dislike an athlete or whatever. Like if I don't mess with their game or whatever, then I just don't mess with their game. But Tony Parker was somebody that I was just he irritates me, and it was because he's so good. Why was he not on that list?
That little drive into the lane and the floater was just unbelievable.
So the thing I wanted to go back though about MJ, his NASCAR, everyone's talking about how how excited and how he was a little sauced after that thing. Listen, he was a little sauced because his main car in NASCAR almost won the Daytona 500. It was literally
inches,
maybe this close. I think it was about this close.
2 feet,
maybe a little more than what I just had there, but. From winning the Daytona 500 in the sport that he owns 2 cars in, that was a really big deal.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
When he was hopping on the plane, he probably already popped the bottle of champagne because his ownership is only 1 year in technically.
Yeah, and
he's 1 year. Last year was the first year he did it. So the fact that you finished second in the Daytona 500 with your main car, the number 23 car,